I think that's the last song. There we go. Welcome back. Sound mix in this game is imbalanced. Different at times. Some of it's so loud, we've had to mess with it. Alright.
Audrin!
Audrin!
Where are you?
Here, boy. Discuss Henselt's medallions with Death Mold.
Where are you?
And the conspiracy with Death Mold and Dandelion. Death Mold it is.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist.
A rebel and troublemaker is not of the human kind. She is an homunculus, conceived by the sorceresses Philippa Eilhart and Sabrina Glevisig. From Mandrake, semen, and brimstone in the belly of a man. As such, she is an unnatural being, the enemy of men and gods.
Freak. Well then. Could use some magic dust.
I found Trot and a few other enthusiasts of the square coins.
Did you learn who leads them?
No.
Any survivors?
No.
Oh, you might at least have spared Trot. I'm sure he had secrets.
I'm afraid he took those with him.
There was a reward on the conspirators' heads. Do you wish to collect, or is it beneath your witch's dignity?
I could use the gold.
How many were there?
Vincent and 5 others.
You killed 6 men. You and your kind should be isolated.
The reward?
Is yours. Here.
Learn anything new about the curse?
A mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you're here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks. See you.
Well then, with quests that overlap, depend on each other, overlap, branch out, and conversations that update multiple quests sometimes, hard to keep them all separate. Lift the curse from Henselt, then discuss the medallion. Our hero was searching for items representing the virtues and horrors of war. They were necessary to lift the curse that forced the wraiths of soldiers killed in the battle between Cedwyn and Adern to fight an eternal battle against each other and the living who strayed onto the haunted battlefield. Talking to Zivik, Geralt learned that a priest carrying a miraculous medallion took part in the battle. This item protected the holy man from the rain of fire and doubtlessly had supernatural properties, which could have been the symbol of faith sought by the Witcher. The medallion now belonged to Henselt, and Geralt decided to approach the issue diplomatically. He knew that if he angered the king, he could kiss the medallion goodbye. The diplomatic way led through Deathmold. Unfortunately, Deathmold was not willing to help the Witcher acquire the medallion. He thought Geralt would do best to demonstrate his prowess by lifting the curse placed personally on Henselt. He was probably right. The sorcerer understood that the grateful king would part with his amulet without grumbling. So the curse that we're supposed to lift. At that time, King Henselt suffered from an embarrassing affliction. Namely, he had been cursed by the sorceress Sabrina Glevisig, whom he had executed for making a grave error in her magical practice. Witchers are experts on curses and can generally figure out how to lift them, but even they need pointers sometimes. Geralt headed for the site of the stake at which Sabrina had been burned. To lift the curse, he needed to learn exactly how the execution had played out. Then he would need to recreate it using the very items that had been used during the event. Geralt followed the trail like a hound from royal kennels and pursued the solution. When it turned out that the Inspired, a man fascinated with the sorceress who had met such an ill fate, lives in the hills east of the camp, the Witcher felt surely he'd learned something the king couldn't tell him there. At Sabrina's pyre, Geralt indeed met the two soldiers Zivik had mentioned, badly terrified, but both in one piece. More importantly, however, he examined clues and discovered the sorceress's remains were in high demand. According to the soldiers, a relic vendor peddling his wares by the canteen had been gathering bits from around the stake. That's right, the deceased sorceress had already become an object of worship. Having heard about the visionary and the relic vendor, Geralt had to decide whom to head to first. Related. Where are we? Deathmold. Okay. What am I looking for? The visionary, the relic vendor. Let's go. I think I know where the relic vendor is.
Berserk looking for
Spoke
the
to him
coins.
yesterday.
Grown lads with their arses in the air. Scavenging. I'm done with this cursed place.
Relic vendor, relic vendor, relic vendor.
Coins. That bark. Bob.
You got a black cat.
The peddler said this nail is the closest to our right hand. You fool.
Relics, artifacts, trinkets, and talismans. Hallowed and highly valuable.
I found footprints at Sabrina's execution site. Do you know anything about that?
Why would I? You found them, not me.
Yet your boots are black from ash.
Shh. All right. What do you want to know?
Do you believe in the power of your merchandise?
You mean the relics? Others believe in them, that's what counts. They'll believe in anything that gives them hope. Soldiers shit their pants and throw up in fear before going into battle. If kissing a rusty nail gives them courage, then in my book, it works.
Might do other things too.
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Sure I did. I was in the 5th Company. I remember the commotion when that idiot Yahon killed her with a spear. If only I had that spear now.
Where's Yahon's spear now?
I don't know. Besides which, it's none of your concern. I simply won't talk about that.
You know Yahon?
Never heard of him. Where'd you get the idea that I know him?
Do you remember the curse that Sabrina placed on the king?
When they set the stake on fire, she shouted something to the king. His face went red, but I couldn't hear very well. She probably foretold his syphilis. A gruesome death.
Do you remember the sorceress Sabrina?
Same as all the others. Looked like a young nympho, with an old hag inside. You want to talk about her? See that freak who burns candles?
So long.
Salutations. The relics protect me. All you'll have is the tin pan on that empty head of yours.
Aldrin! Check where the visionary is before I go wandering out. Yeah, okay. We are going out.
Not another fucking stone.
Go up that way.
I smell a tamarind.
Greetings.
Greetings.
We can't go out that way. Alright. Something's not right. Visionary. Need to go west before we go north. Almost to the wall. I was looking for a path there, but I did something very wrong. I think I walked by while that guy was taking a whiz. Pissed on my boots. Exceptionally ruthless commander of a unit of squirrels. Yes. About here when I stopped and looked at the map. The map made it look like we could go this way, and then something convinced me we couldn't. I didn't keep going. Help!
Thanks for your help, Witcher. If not for you, we'd end up like our mate there. We were on our way to see the visionary, bearing gifts and all. But I'll be damned if I'll take one more step that way. Wouldn't be on your way to see him, would you? If you are, give him this coin for us. Do what you will.
Check the letter. Our hero found a letter indicating that the soldiers had been carrying money to the visionary in payment for candles. And indeed, aside from the scrap of paper, the Witcher also found a pouch with one with a pleasing heft. Since there was little else to do where he stood, Geralt resumed his trip to see the hermit. But about where? Was there another quest that had the visionary marked? Yeah. Blood curse. Let's not jump off here at the moment, but there is a platform down there. Where are we on the map if we wanted to come back? If we need to drop down there. Northeast of camp. Put the cookie down now. Mango. He is for good.
Quick! You'll be safe here. Over here, inside the candles. Quick! You'll be safe here.
I figured they would, but I was, you know, having fun with it.
Come bearing gifts.
And I was gonna make damn well sure they were gonna respawn.
If they're not here, they must be dead.
No, they're alive. They didn't want to risk it anymore, went back to camp. They asked me to give you this coin for candles.
This is but half. Why, I'll not do more than braid some wicks for this. What do you want from me? I'll not believe you came here by chance.
Yeah, you're right. I need to learn some things, and few are willing to talk. Sabrina Glevisig's story, that's what interests me most.
Listen, I'll not speak with you until I get my coin. Pure and simple. Though I do provide charitable help to the faithful, if you were to become one of them.
How much coin are we talking about? Oh, right. Come on, go faster. Kidding? We're gonna check how much is the minimum. Okay. That's probably smart, thank you. Back in. Oh wait. How much I was gonna give him. Hello, dogs. Yes, both dogs. Got a visit from them both. Daz is up on the bed, and Lonnie is licking my arm. Oh, there's her tail. Swish, swish. Yes, there's... 400 is the minimum? Okay. Well, thank you. Expensive.
Wonderful! That's about right. So tell me, what's on your mind?
You must know a lot about Sabrina Glevisig's death.
Sabrina the Martyr left the world of the living to protect us all.
Did you hear about the curse Sabrina cast on the king?
Of course. A well-deserved punishment. A ghostly spell from her crimson lips. The king concocted a cruel fate for the sorceress. Humiliated her, made her suffer the flames. Bound to a wheel and placed on the stake. She suffered in a way unimaginable to ordinary humans. But when the flame reached her maiden waist, not a single cry could be heard. Only words foretelling King Henselt's imminent demise. Let a shooting star split the heavens and mark its mortal journey with a braid of blood. Let fools be duped by the sight of fish scales, turned by magic into square pieces of gold. Let the unicorn violate thousand-year-old rules, prompting a just punishment. Sabrina suffered so badly that a merciful soldier ended her torment, thrusting his spear into her aching heart.
Why the candles? What's the difference between Sabrina and other mages burned at the stake?
Others were strong in life. Her power bloomed when death wrapped its steely arms around her. She took the soldier who ended her suffering under her kind care. He never had to fear walking alone in the dark again. Have you seen the area? It's full of beasts and monstrosities. Jahan, the merciful soldier, has walked in the blaze of our power ever since. No creature born of darkness can get close to him.
Any chance of finding that spear?
It was so long ago, Witcher. But I believe the spear went to another soldier. The bugger sells relics from Our Lady by the Camp Inn.
Does have it, huh? But he didn't have it. Liar.
Now, back to some other matters.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Our descendants will decide who we were when they see what we've left behind.
Is Jahan still around?
Jahan is dead. He didn't deserve to bask in the glory of the Lady.
So Sabrina's mercy has limits.
You don't know what you're talking about, Witcher.
Who were you before?
What does it matter? Let the sins of youth fade into oblivion. Look at the candlelight. Feel it, and you'll hear what it has to say to you.
I can't hear a thing.
Then you're not ready. But your time will come. You will then hear and understand. Trust me.
You sure you're not gonna burn everything down with those candles?
Why do you need so many candles? Why not build a campfire?
This is Sabrina's flame. Its light protects us and guides us soldiers every step.
Did you rob a convoy of wax sellers?
I make the candles myself. I give them to anyone looking for protection within the flame of courage.
The valley's been engulfed by a battle of specters. Know anything about it?
It's a place of horror. You can still hear the sound of steel and the cries of the dying. If you want to soothe their pain, you have to believe that Sabrina is watching over you benevolently.
I won't achieve anything without some memory tokens. Magically active conduits left by those who fell in battle. They're supposed to symbolize faith, courage, hatred, and death.
Faith? I don't know what those soldiers believed, but their faith didn't help them. They were deceived. Courage, hatred, and death. There was too much of all of them, especially death. But I remember a knight who, ignoring the danger, led a handful of soldiers against overwhelming enemy forces. Seltkirk of Gullet, Demaven's champion. When Vandergrift's cohort cut him off from the rest of the army, he attacked the visitor fearlessly. If you're looking for a symbol of courage, find Seltkirk's armor.
Got it.
Tell me again what you know about Sabrina.
What exactly do you want to know?
So long.
Right. Visionary notes. My road to the light, the second fragment. As his follower, the hermit asks you to undergo a ritual in which you have to drink a special mixture and meditate near the altar of Sabrina Glevissig. Soon have a hallucination where a giant penis-shaped mushroom forest appears and a giant chicken. You guys see the size of that cockadoodle goddamn do? We nailed Miss Glevissig to a wheel. We pierced her slender hands and throttled her narrow waist with a rope. Fire was readied beforehand. Henselt laughed and encouraged us to mock her, so we did. The flames licked the wood. I looked into her bright eyes, yet I could see no fear in them, only peace. I trembled for the first time. I trembled once again as the flames themselves starved. Fire would not accept the victim. Then Henselt ordered to feed the flames with more wood. The branches were wet and the smoke stung our eyes, filling us with remorse. Through the flames, I could see Miss Glevissig suffocating, and I trembled for the third time. I grabbed a spear used to push the wood on the pyre. Unmindful of the heat, I scaled the flaming wood and pierced her heart. Thus was I transformed in the fire. It's part 2, but it's the only part we've got at the moment. Oh, there's 3. One laying around in here too. Henselt was furious that I had ruined his spectacle. I was beaten to a pulp. Soon I was stripped of my rank, and those I thought friends turned from me. I started drinking more than ever and sank into sloth. I was regularly punished. I spent all my free time in solitude. Till one day, as I sat with a bottle of foul spirits, staring at a sizzling candle stub, I understood that it had all happened for a reason. I had a calling. The flicker that Miss Glevisig had lit within me spread over my heart, and it burned with the flame of faith. Before getting scared shitless by the next wave. That guy we just spoke to was the visionary, Jahan. We haven't met yet. And the relic seller lied to us and may have the spear still. Another way in. Ah. Whoa! Been breathing down my neck there. I passed a place of power spot.
Not another fucking stone.
Odrin! Odrin! Jason!
How did ye wind up here?
Relics, artifact.
I know you have the spear Jahan used to pierce Sabrina's heart.
I told you about that, and I thought the old freak was trying to forget the sins of his past.
His past.
You know Jahan well?
He despises me now, but things used to be different. We were called up at the same time. We fought under Hensel together. But I managed somehow while he hated it. Why did they send him to that ferocious battle? He was the worst dumbass in the entire army, but he outlived the best soldiers. Covered in shit, piss, snot and tears, and still he survived. He cracked when they burned Sabrina. A beautiful end to a fucking beautiful day. Then he went to the dogs.
I'm more than a little
He pissed
slow.
away all he had on drink.
Well,
I was the fool who
think you're
followed
right.
him and brought everything he pawned around the inns. That's how I got the spear.
Give me the spear.
I need that spear.
Tough luck, Witcher. I last saw it a few years back.
What happened to it?
Look how similar we are. You want knowledge, I want coin, and we both need help to get what we want.
How much?
What are your customary takings on a contract? I'll gladly accept but 1/2 of that.
Tell me about her.
After all, business is going well. You see, when Jahan lost his head for Sabrina, I bought the spear from the innkeeper. The donkey's ass pawned it in the inn. He drank like a fish. By then, Jahan had already hidden in the hills where no one dares to venture. Some call him the visionary, but in my book, he's just a nutter. Beats me why the beasts don't attack him. A fisherman who supplies the canteen said that some monsters hate the smell of fish oil. Jahan makes candles out of it.
What did you do with the spear?
Sorry to say I lost it in a dice game. Shame, because today it'd fetch a good price. I lost the spear to a soldier who later fought the squirrels in the forests of the Pontar Valley. He told me he'd used it to kill some Scoia'tael big shot. I heard the shaft cracked as if there'd been some fucking jousting tournament. The most interesting thing is that big shot is still alive. I heard he's now with that vixen from Edirn. Some frigging commander. Elves are weird creatures. Who knows, maybe he still has that spearhead.
Yorvith.
You know him?
I'll tell you for 100 orens.
Bah!
So long.
The plague.
Scroll. Scroll. The relic vendor danced around the subject like a true master. As a businessman, he didn't want to share his secret for free. And nothing. The spear was in the hands of Yorvith. Thus, in Vergen, the town beyond the ghastly mist, the way through the battlefield was mortally perilous even for a witcher. However, a man who has already proven his ability to protect others from the curse's evil aura made camp at the king's side. It was the sorcerer Deathmold. Dandelion still over by the brothel. I gotta go talk to him too.
Still looking for coins. What else am I to do?
The enemy have fed you their propaganda.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins.
A rebel
Grown
and
lads with their
troublemaker
arches in the air.
is not kind. She is an homunculus.
I think I know how to free the king from his curse.
Well then, let's get to work.
Can't do anything until I have the spear the soldier stabbed Sabrina with. Problem is, it's in the hands of a Scoia'tael commander named Yorvith.
I know this, Yorvith. Are you certain this is the spear?
I last saw him back in Flopsum.
Yorvith is in Vergen, Witcher, along with most of the Scoia'tael from the area. They've joined that peasant girl's insurgency.
Yorvith part of a peasant uprising? It doesn't make sense.
There's only one way to confirm or disprove it. You must cross to the other side of the mist. What of the other artifacts? Do you know them all now?
Not yet.
In that case, you must wait until you've learned everything before crossing. It's a dangerous voyage, not one to attempt twice, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say.
And yet,
I've got to get through the mist, or I can't lift the curse.
I shall supply the white flag you set out as our emissary. The lass is reputedly honorable. She'll welcome you, invite you to a feast, and with a bit of luck, you may even plow her.
You're sick, Deathmold.
They say she's very pretty. Peasant girls not to your liking?
Not your concern.
In case the elves lack an understanding of diplomatic symbolism, please also take this armor. With His Majesty's blessing, I might add.
A king's concern can be boundless when his life depends on that of another.
I spent some time working on this recently. This little marvel will guide you through the fog and provide a measure of protection from the specters.
Thanks. See you.
Philippa Eilhart and Sabrina Glevising.
okay, we could
Mandrake,
go through the
Seaman
mist to get to the
and
spear.
Brimstone in the belly.
I don't think we'll run off right away. Go to the other side. As for the sword and the standard, go talk to Dandelion.
The enemy of men and gods.
Zoltan, what's up?
Good to see you, you old rogue.
Why the long face, Sultan?
Everything's fucked.
The only sight worse than a sad dwarf is the sight of a very sad dwarf.
I don't suppose you have any vodka?
Might have.
Wonderful. Life without old mates and booze is like a woman without a rump.
If you need a change of climate, come with me. I'm on my way to Vergen.
You say that as if you're going to the brothel round the corner. Forgetting about the spectres?
I may have amnesia, but I remember the curse.
Well, all I get around here is non-human midget and the like. And I've dwarven brethren on that side. Sure as shit, I'll take Saskia over that prick Hensel too. You really willing to help me cross?
Of course.
You know, Geralt, I have a feeling that Vergen's where I should be.
I get you. Let's go.
How do you plan to get through the fog? Thought it was suicide to venture into it.
Deathmold gave me a protective amulet.
Throw it out! I wouldn't touch anything belonging to that dick.
The magical potential of the talisman will cause a local interference in the astral projection, creating disharmony where the two dimensions of reality meet.
Boring the commander with tech.
The mist should part to let us pass.
You should have put it like that to begin with, instead of all that crap about astral bodies. I'll go with you.
Dear boy. Odrin.
Odrin, where are you?
Not over at the brothel. Is this your crap?
I found a letter addressed to the people of Kedwin.
A letter? So?
It's your drivel, idiot.
Where'd you get that idea?
I know you. Not to mention you had the gall to quote me.
You're not the only Witcher in the world.
So, you admit it's yours?
Sure, it's mine. People have had enough of that pompous clown colluding with Nilfgaard. I decided I needed to open their eyes a little wider.
Any idea what that pompous clown's going to do when he finds out who's opening his people's eyes?
How would he find out? It could only come from you, and I assume, at least I hope, you won't rat me out.
They're going to kill you.
Nah.
Why did you poke your nose in this?
Henselt approached me to write a few panegyrics about him. You know, singing his praises. Can you imagine that? Me? Writing a political pamphlet? Who the hell does he think I am?
But that's exactly what this letter is.
Possibly. But it's for a good cause. Henselt's a prick.
Wait for events to unfold. Two things are. Wait for events to unfold. Lift the curse, lift the curse. We have to go across the battlefield to get the spear. But ask about the sword and ask about the standard on the other side of the mist. Okay. Then it is about time to cross. Hello, Kithri. Welcome. If we were going to finish the Rotfiend contract, I think I might know where the last group is. I'll go out this side if we can and go around a long way. Only one corpse left to burn. I might know whereabouts. We're not going to be able to go around. Okay. Let's go back through. Right out here. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Oh shit, it's Odrin! Huh.
Get up, you piss pump. Your friends are worried sick about you.
What? Where am I? What am I doing here? This is strange.
Aldrin!
Are you Aldrin?
Aldrin, That's right. And that one was a cunt runt. Not a proper her, you know? I was all la-dee-da, I'll plough you nice, I says. And she done scream at me, like a bruxa.
Listen, Aldrin, you're so drunk a single spark and you'd be a torch. Now straighten up and shut up or the guards won't let you in the camp.
So I says to her, I says, Square, schmer, what square? What the fuck, fish, do you mean? I wanna play. And this cunt's prating on about square fish.
Tell me about the square fish later. We gotta get you back to your friends. They're worried about you.
Me mates? Ulf? Ulf, me brother, where is he? Ulf? Ulf?
Calm down and try not to puke on the guards. Calm down and stand up straight.
Down. Up. Yes, sir. I'm going right.
Left.
I'm not
Left.
going, or I'm not going.
Halt! What's that corpse you want to drag into the camp?
Private Aldrin. He's sick.
Looks like he slept in a vat full of booze. Smells like he fell out of a dwarf's arsehole.
Why, you limp arse prick? You saying I stink? Come here!
Aldrin, shut up. King Henselt's in danger, and this is the only man who can provide important information.
That's right. I'm the fucking only man. The only one. Get it? That's me.
Shut up, Aldrin.
Important information. From him.
You better believe it.
The commander catches him in the camp in that state. He'll skin him alive. Then skin me alive for letting him in.
Not my concern. If you want, report it to your commander. I'm going to question this drunk, then hand him over to the guards.
All right. But I warned you. Come in.
Come on, Aldrin.
With you? Never.
Calm down and let's go.
After you talked all that shite about me, you stinking prick, I'll not go anywhere with you. Not in my life. Piss off of me, you treacherous louse.
You're right.
Give
Quality
me up
quests.
to the guard. Well, I'm not going anywhere with you.
I'm the king of diss tracks. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Another quest seemingly randomly failed because dialogue didn't go the way someone wanted. Alright. You all still gonna chant for Odrin forever then, or are you done? Found him, you know. He's out there. You go deal with him.
Odrin, where are you?
They're gonna keep going forever.
Odrin.
I'm holding together. Simpika, how about you? You're doing well.
Hello.
I can't wait to have some proper ale instead of that piss water to drink in the Kidwini camp. Thanks again, Geralt.
Zoltan's on the way. Okay. I hope he's got plot armor. Wait, I was going for the last, hopefully last Rotfiend corpse, which might be somewhere over this way. Not marked, but... Well, The housework's probably not going anywhere. Wombat. I didn't look at the map, by the way. Kodai and he sent me a map. I haven't looked at it. But I remember getting, may not be here, but I remember getting attacked in a spot I kind of wanted to check back on. One of three. Right. Greater one. I don't know if I ever went back after that death to get the greater one. So I think if he's still there, there's probably a corpse up there somewhere. We did go back and got the greater already. Greater Rot Fiend. Okay. Zoltan went on up ahead. Wonder where I lost him. He was with us.
I fought the Nilfgaardians a few years back. Now we make
Well, maybe we'll run into him along the way. Damage reduction. Let's see what the second tier, buy the first tier. Second tier would take it to 15%. Still good. Still like that. Do that. Hey Rex. Simpika, you're getting ready for Christmas, taking lots and lots of puppy pictures. We get to see any puppy pics. Gotta take all the puppy pics. There's Zoltan.
Tough cross.
It's a dog's life, guy.
Reach. Bergen.
Manual of guidance.
So we have to reach. Do we know what direction we're going? Zoltan, do you know what direction we're going? Sweet, Rex. Present for your father today? Are you pleased? Your decision? Which direction we're going? Bergen is which way? You like Star Wars? Ah, well then you've got lots of choices right now. Would have been south. Bergen would have been south, wouldn't it, from our camp? I don't know if that applies to where we are now. That's bad. Get out. Oh, we're so stuck. I don't know how much potions would help in there, but let's get our points spent. Let's resave and get the other 10% damage reduction when we can. Coming up. Phage, specters. Do they count as specters? They count as the wraiths. I guess they would be specters, huh? Tawny Owl, Vigor Regen. Let's sleep. I don't know. We're crossing the battlefield with Zoltan trying to get to Vergen, but I'm not sure which direction it is. I think it's south. What are those? Keep an eye out for it, yeah. It's our second visit, though.
a dogfight, Geralt, I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Reach Vergen.
See the paths.
Oh, you're right. There is a wisp. Thank you. See the path. It had gone off so quickly before anything. So, perhaps this way. Don't see the wisp anymore. Oh, when. Thank you. I didn't get that the first time at all. That wasn't so bad, now was it?
Never again. Fucking fog.
Look at it this way.
All that
You'll
prep.
be able to brag about seeing the ghostly fog from the inside for the rest of your life.
Need to run
I'd
through.
rather brag about how I ploughed 3 wenches at once in my youth. Kill him! Adon! Stop! You're making a mistake!
A mistake? Interesting. There's a war on. Don't know if you've noticed. And wars are won by killing foes. Or do I have it all wrong?
The Witcher's a messenger. On his way to see Saskia.
Not your typical messenger.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but we had to pass through an atypical fog in which your typical messenger would have shit just before he...
Enough! We'll not let you inside Vergen. But you can deliver your message to the commander of the Watch. He's stationed by the town gates.
Ploughing typical elf. Come on, Geralt.
Onward.
Why, it's Geralt of Rivia and Zoltan Chive. Pinch me, Burden, for I believe I've dozed off while on duty.
Could be an illusion, eh? Or some spectres from the battlefield have lost their way. Maybe we ought to tickle them with an axe, just to be sure.
I'm afraid there's no mage out there who can conjure up the Witcher's mug, nor the aroma of Zoltan's beer-soaked beard.
Yarpin Zigrin. Lice eat me if I'm not delighted to see that horrid mug of yours.
This lad here's scaling Burden. Geralt, what are you doing standing there as if you've swallowed a halberd? Got a hug for an old mate?
Greetings. Triss has told me a lot about you.
Wee Marigold? Ha! How is the lass? Let me tell you, Scale, this here Witcher's the very embodiment of chivalry. All the Selkirks of the world can't hold a candle to. And you know why?
No, but I got a feeling we're about to find out.
Me? A knight? I'd sooner call Zoltan a show dancer.
Well then, listen everyone. At the time, we were escorting Caedwene army convoys through the Sherwood forests. Aye, we served Hensel once, though all was for coin. Anyways, the Witcher was on the road as well, with Triss and Ciri, heading south. The lass, I tell you, was a demoness incarnate. Pure pepper on her feet, and healthy as a horse. But the sorceress fell ill. Some terrible pestilence held her, gave her the runs. The woman needed to go every 5 minutes. Never seen anything like it. And I've had my share of gut rumblings. This one time, I roasted an old ailing gerbil and...
Oi! You promised us a chivalrous tale.
And I'm delivering it, lad. In any case, the Witcher would carry her into the bushes time after time. He treated and cared for her, cleaned her, bathed her.
Sounds normal to me. A man looking after his woman. It's too much to call it chivalrous, Yarpin.
Ah, wrong. Triss weren't his woman. Not his wife nor lover. She was sick and in need of aid. And he was on a secret mission. Might have left her in some city, might have gone off on his own, but he didn't. Know why? Because he's got a heart of gold. He truly cares. A lad like you, Scalen, don't know that being a knight's not just about thrashing around in full plate, a long sword in hand. It's not just about fighting duels and winning tournaments.
Damn! I missed hearing your bullshit, Sigrun.
I don't believe anyone else has tried to tell me that story.
How is the wee Marigold, anyway?
Not great. The Kingslayer kidnapped her.
She's just a wee little
damn
thing.
the dogs! That's downright terrible.
I suppose it's no coincidence you're here.
Any idea where I might find the Dun banner?
Try the Netherworld. The whole unit was cut down during the battle 3 years ago.
I meant the unit's standard, which symbolizes death.
Ah, that makes it a lot easier. We buried it with the remains of the Kedwenis.
Where?
Just outside Vergen. I'll mark it on your map as the road could get confusing. Strange things are afoot in those crypts, Witcher.
Circle K.
Kedweni ghosts scaring off our folk. That would be normal since they were invaders. But one's some kind of amateur historian, asking all that venture there about the battle and the Dun banner.
I'll look into it. Thanks. Triss could be somewhere in this area.
The plague. I've not seen her 5 years, must be. Since that day they proclaimed you dead. Last saw her in Rivia, in any case.
From what I've been able to establish, the Kingslayer forced her to teleport the two of them to this area. And she's not on the other side of the fog.
What did this Kingslayer look like?
A huge, bald witcher. Wears a medallion with a snake on it.
Sorry, Geralt. Doesn't even ring the tiniest bell. Any of that.
I might know something. This drunk in Vergen claims he saw a redhead fall from the sky somewhere among the ravines. And then he said the sorceress Philippa Eilhart came around looking for this woman.
Sounds about right.
She sent her servant and some peasants to the ravines after her. But they came back empty-handed. Now Philippa's servant maid's gone, leaving the sorceress angry as a wasp. She even turned one of the plebs into a pig. I spoke to one of those peasants. He claims the lass was no servant, but an Nilfgaardian agent. And she apparently found something in those ravines. Maybe it was Triss. And maybe it was that Witcher. Madame Eilhart, or the old minx as Yarpin calls her. Knows she's been duped and can't forgive herself for it.
Did the woman flee south, deeper into Edirn?
Fucking hell! She came out the main gate not more than an hour ago, headed straight for the fog. Thought she might be out to do some magic probing or whatnot.
She knew a bit of magic. She might have crossed.
I guess I need to visit Shillard when I get back. I have to see Saskia.
To what end?
To dispel the mist of wraiths, I need a few magic artifacts.
What's Saskia got to do with that?
Her sword is one of those items.
And what do you suggest I do? Yorvith and Saskia banned us from letting strangers in. And here are two old mates come over from the other side who want just that. A lose-lose situation if ever I've seen one.
That ought to be easy to get around.
Cow pies ought to be easy to get around. Yet we don't always succeed.
I'm staying here, Yarpin. I want to join you, enlist. Will you have me in the Dwarven Brigade?
Will I have you, Chiefy? Will I plough and have you? Why, I'll make you fucking commander, you cocksucker! Problem solved. Scalen, you're my witness. Zoltan's no longer a stranger.
Aha.
All right. Now I'll introduce you to Saskia, and you can try to clarify the story with a sword for her. Or whatnot.
Don't you fret about the sword, Geralt. I promise to ascend to the fucking heights of oratory. Be soft as a mink, cautious as a novice strumpet. I'll get you that blade if I have to shave my beard off.
All right, then. See that, Scalen? We were headed for a tragedy.
Now we're headed for a comedy.
Ah, youth these days. Lacking hope and heart. You know what Zoltan and I saw at Brenna, lad? To us, there's no such thing as the impossible.
How's Yorvith? Any chance I might run into him?
Minimal. He follows Saskia around like a once-neglected pup. Eyes on her at all times.
At least the lass is well protected. What do you seek from Yorvith? Last I heard, you weren't exactly chummy.
You heard right. But when I last saw him in Flotsam, he had something I need to lift the curse.
Even if you see him, I doubt he'll give you anything out of the kindness of his heart. Perhaps Saskia can convince him?
Guess I don't have much of a choice. It's nice to talk to you all, but we've got things to do.
Ah, that's life. Open the gate. I've got to fetch me a certain sword.
Wait a minute. If by some miracle you obtain that cursed blade, I'd advise you not to parade it out the main gate past the squirrels.
Got another solution?
There's another passage. I'll mark it in the Witcher's map and show you myself. Sound all right to you?
It does. In the meantime, I'll look around for that flag.
Prime, I'd say.
Off we go, then.
Prime. All right, 3 items. The head of the spear, the sword. Zoltan's going after that, and the Dun Banner's standard. Here's what I want to do. I'm not going to take a break yet, but I want to go turn on... I'm going to go heat something up. Heat up a little stove. Kimberly! Hey! Thank you! Thank you very much. Is there an occasion? Why, thank you so much for the bits. I like your bits. Cheers. That was most kind of you. Go turn on this grill, come back, and then we'll break in 15 or 20 minutes. I want to have this little grill plate hot. I go down to cook something. So give me a second. Be right back. Should be new emotes. You should have some new emotes. Hey. It unlocks emotes for other people. Hey, thanks for that. Yeah, I was just turning on a little George Foreman grill, and anyways, I'm gonna try and make a burger during the break, and that's gonna take half the break anyways, but the grill's gotta be hot, and I just wanted to get a few things ready. I don't want to dwell on it, but even though I've been snacking this morning, I'm fading already, and I don't want to fade. When we take a break in a little bit, I'm gonna, you know, cram a burger and see where that goes. Woo! But I don't know how long we're gonna make it today. I only made it 4 hours yesterday, and I don't want to dwell on it. Let's just keep going for now. Break soon, though. Proper break. 3 items to find. How's it broken down in the journal now? Catacombs with the standard. Meet Zoltan in the tunnels. Back at the camp, we never spoke to the elf imprisoned in the Kedwani camp. I walked by him half a dozen times. I never spoke to him. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the hug. Hugs for everyone. Here. Ah, thought I had mapped more. That's cool. If you cheer 250 bits or more, you get a holiday gold gift. Set of 7 emotes. You also activate a gift for a number of other viewers in chat who will receive 1. Catacombs, when you get lost in the labyrinth of chat. After the standard. Death symbolized. It seemed very likely that the standard of the Dun Banner, the famous unit of Kedwani light cavalry, was the symbol of death, and thus one of the artifacts Geralt needed to lift the curse from the battlefield. At least so thought Zivik, King Henselt's soldier, who'd seen a lot in life. Misbehave! Cheers to our favorite captain of the Starship Chaos! Thank you for the bits! I like your bits. Christmas trees. Cheers to all the emotes. To the holiday cheer. Thank you, Misbehave. Thank you very much. Captain is pleased. The Witcher decided that where Warcraft was concerned, the veteran could be trusted. Unfortunately, the standard was buried with the fallen men of the unit in the dwarven catacombs on the other side of the spectral mist. For now, the symbol of death remained beyond our hero's grasp. The Witcher needed to cross to the other side of the mist, but was forced to wait for an opportunity to do so. And the opportunity arrived when Geralt was forced to go to Vergen in search of a spearhead supposedly in Yorvith's possession. With Deathmold's help, the Witcher could pass through the mist and use the opportunity to look for the standard as well. Geralt met Yarpen Zigrin and Scalen Burden in Vergen, and they told him about the catacombs in the forest. The Dunbanner's standard rested somewhere in the depths of the tomb, so the Witcher headed into the forest, looking for the crypt's entrance. The arrow points the other way, but looked like we're gonna have to leave. Get out from the world map? Or not? Oh, so why did the world... If you're letting us go through, we'll go through.
Oh, another traveler. From where? Wait, let me guess.
From Temeria.
Had it at the tip of my tongue.
Sure you did.
So, what brings you to Bergen? Wait, I know.
Business.
Just what I thought. And you're...
A witcher.
Well, well. We don't often see witches here. What do witches do, anyway?
We solve problems.
Oh, I have a problem with my boyfriend.
Not that kind of problem.
Did you find his entrails strewn on the porch and his head a few paces away? Because those are the kind of problems I solve.
Not selling this, just looking. When did we get that? When did we get that? We're wearing that. When did we get that? Look at that. Without any mods in it. Besides, we'll go back 30 vitality. Reduction from magic damage. Reduction from magic damage. Damage bonus on signs. What speed is that? See if we get any fancier enhancements, or maybe we can even make some. Look at that, that's kick-ass. This track is too good.
Regards! Greetings! Greetings!
What was that?
Where are we allowed to go? By the stairs.
Message coming in.
Gamble with them for some cool items.
Patch it through.
Nice, man. Thank you for the host, man.
shit eaters!
Oh, come on. I wish the animations for the blocks looked better, in part because then you wouldn't feel so robbed anyways, you wouldn't feel so robbed by like a non-deflection when your sword connects over here and goes ding, and it's a little demoralizing when you don't see the failure. You hear a sound and you're like, no. Well, he sure looked open. He's holding his weapon like this, and I'm swinging from down here. You're trying to tell me he blocked that? Well, the sound says he blocked it, but... attacked Geralt. Is it the harpies scream, maybe?
Temeria for Temeria!
Oh, fuck you. Little random bandit with so much strength that he just obliterates a Witcher's attack. Whirling right through it. Hell, guy.
The freaks!
Oh, come on. Fuck on already.
Temeria for Temerians!
Well, he fucking deserved that. Why didn't we do that sooner? Best force throw ever. Huh. I bet I didn't even save after the last fight. I bet it did not autosave. This is before the last fight, isn't it? Give me that Witcher 3 combat. Please, can we just superimpose that? It was after. I did save. many of them are out there? With ranged weapons in the brush.
Down to all shit-eaters!
Now listen, I don't want random bolts flying. We're gonna need some cover from all that ranged crap.
You're dead! Death to all shit-eaters! Death to all shit-eaters!
Oh, fuck. He just keeps swinging, that guy.
Death to all shit-eaters!
Clown shoes. Bolt. I heard it. There. We might have enough silver for a new sword now. That we do. I haven't been paying too much attention. Probably collected enough a while ago. Entrance to the catacombs. I like that new armor. And where did it come from? Who gave it to us? Fantastic. Snowy bees. Cold resistant bees. Recognize the rail. But where did it come from? In which conversation, which reward, which quest, chest? It wasn't from the dwarves, was it?
Take that.
Death mold during blood curse. there's some other quest that would have taken us here. Something about these corpses is familiar. Some reason we were to uncover them for some other quest. Maybe for one on the Scoia'tael side? Meat. Yes, we just looted rotten meat from a corpse. What a day, Geralt. What a day. If there's anything behind this one. Wild Hunt, investigators, notes. We just get. Notes of a hunt researcher. I spent all my life researching the Wild Hunt, and without false modesty, I can say I read everything that exists on the subject. Furthermore, I saw the Wraith gallopade with my own eyes 3 times. Managed to perform quick measurements on the second and third sighting, and I acutely examined the observational material in detail. Based on my knowledge and experience, I came to a crushing conclusion. I'm certain that there is a terrifying alien force behind the hunt. A mind completely mad, yet still a mind, not pure chaos. I firmly note that the Wraith Riders are someone's, or something's emissaries, and their deeds are governed by a plan. Just imagine how they look. Spider with reindeer horns, that's a good one. The antlers. Geralt. Don't die. Don't die. Fuck. We're getting thrown back away. That really sucks. When I woke that group up, I thought, damn, I needed to have saved. We're gonna get swarmed. Then I led us right to that end. I think we're gonna take our next break here, and I'm gonna go whip up a hamburger, but let's see where we ended up. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. That's probably a good combo, too. Cool. Stay tuned. Let me quiet the game down. I'll see you all in a few.